right, this is Signal Soundbytes. I'm Brandon Peña, the managing editor of the Signal, and today this is our new student orientation edition, and with me I have a panel of current UHCL students who are going to give their best advice and stories about being a UHCL student. So, I'm going to go around and you guys are going to introduce yourselves, say your names, your major, and any student organizations or work that you're currently involved in. So, let's start with you.
Hey guys, my name is Jessica Kunzat. I am about to be going into my fourth year here at UHCL. I'm a mathematics major. I work for the Office of Orientation and New Student Programs, and previously this year I was involved with the Campus Activities Board and Music Club.
Hey everybody, my name is Devianne Martinez. I work in the Student Life Office. I am involved with CAB, which is the Campus Activities Board, the Student Government Association, as well as multiple other orgs on campus.
Hello, my name is Izu. I am a biology major with a chemistry minor. I am involved with the Campus Activities Board, PHSA, orientation leader, SGA, and that's it, HLI, and that's about it. And the Signal, I work for the Signal. I can't believe I left that out.
Hello everybody, my name is Justin Murphy. I'm a junior and I'm a communications major. I'm a part of SGA Music Club. I was just in Campus Activities Board, and I'm also a peer mentor for the first year seminar program.
All right. Well, let's get started. So first off, why did you choose to attend UHCL out of the other universities that you probably considered?
I think for me, it was a more logical choice. UHCL was local for me, so I didn't have to move. I stayed at home with my parents for my first semester here. And it's also a smaller school, especially compared to other campuses. The class sizes are a bit smaller, which means you get a more intimate classroom setting. And of course, you kind of get more one-on-one time with your professors. But I also think that, or I also know that for myself, I didn't really have any other choices. And so I came here thinking, oh, I'm going to go to UHCL and I'm going to transfer out. But then once I got here, I actually found out that I really liked it. So I ended up staying.
For me, there was kind of multiple factors in it because when I graduated from high school, this was still a 2-year university. So I originally had like big dreams of going to like the big 4-year college and like dorming there and everything and getting just enwrapped in the campus life, and then that didn't happen. So then when I found out about UHCL, one of the biggest factors was my mom, because she's an alumni here, you know, go Hawks, and so was a lot of my family. And I just, when I took a tour here the first time, I really liked how it was smaller, and you know, you have that opportunity to make connections here that you probably couldn't at other universities. Like, you find your family here, and I just found my groove, and I really like it here.
To be brutally honest, I was about to go to Texas Tech. Like, orientation date was set, I was ready, and then I got the scholarship here, and my parents were like, well, you're going to UHCL, so I was not really happy at first, but it's definitely been a blessing in disguise.
What was the scholarship?
You said what?
What was the scholarship?
It was the New Hawk scholarship. It was like full tuition, so my parents were like, yep, you found your school.
Ditto.
Yeah, the school is just smaller than usual, so you can really build relationships with your professors, and I just feel like it's easier to get involved on campus and just like get your name out there, and so I really like the campus.
For me, I chose UHCL because originally I wanted to go to Texas A&M because that's where all my friends were going, and I went and toured Texas A&M.
That's the reason
and,
to go.
Yeah, I went and toured Texas A&M, and I saw how big the lecture halls were, and it was like 400 students in a classroom, and I was like, gotta go, like I'm not staying here. And so coming to UHCL, when I toured here, it was like the classrooms looked like regular high school classrooms, like coming straight out of high school. And you know, the biggest class that I've had here was about 75 students, and that's just because it was a class everybody had to take, and still my professor knew just about everybody's name in that class. And so that's what I really like about UHCL, is the fact that it's so small and close-knit, and you're able to build, like Isu said, build relationships with those professors and have an impact on the campus. Everybody can have an impact here at UHCL if they choose to.
Yeah, so I just I just went and visited Texas State to see a friend of mine over spring break, and it blew me away to see the differences in the campus there, because it's just it's not a personal campus at all. Like, there's so many students who go there, nobody knows anybody. It takes you 30 minutes to walk from one side of campus to the other. It's insane.
Same. At Texas Tech, that's where my cousin goes. Like, I went to go visit her, and she's like, we're going to go to the library. It took us like 35 minutes to get there. I was like, it takes me 2 minutes to get to my library. I'm not doing all this, like, walking. Like,
even if you're in the Delta building here, it takes you maybe 10 minutes to drive over to Bayou and get to the library.
It is not for me.
And I said drive, because on other campuses you gotta walk.
Which is good. You can drive here. So what is your top UHCL survival tip for new students? What is your top thing that's like students just need to know to survive here at UHCL?
Okay, I got one. Make friends on the first day of class. Sit next to somebody. If they don't like you, make them like you. Get their phone number. Do something, make friends, because that person is going to be your lifeline in that class. Because I think one of the biggest things from transitioning from high school to college is, in some of your classes, not all of them, attendance is going to be mandatory, but there are definitely days where you don't have to go, or there are days that, okay, I should scratch out, you should go every day to class. There are days that you're not going to go. Maybe you get sick, or maybe something else came up. I mean, maybe you have a job and you just couldn't miss and you had to miss class. Your lifeline is that person, and you're going to text them and say, hey, what did I miss in class today? And they are going to save you. And I mean, also, if something happens, you don't have your textbook with you, maybe that person has a book, or maybe they can help you with the homework if you're confused. Just make a friend and utilize that friend. Take them to coffee if that's what you have to do. But yep, and then you're going to study for all your exams together, and you can cry together instead of alone.
My piece of advice would be try to get as involved as you can, whether it's like with student orgs or working on campus, going to events. It's really important just to like make sure that you're not only coming for academics. While that is like the most important thing that you're concerned about, you don't want it to like engulf your life. You want to be able to say that, oh yeah, I went to college and I did all these great things on top of being a great student. And if usually there's an org for everybody, but if there isn't an org for you, then you start an org. All you need is like 5 people, and you find your niche. You find your people that you want to be around, and it helps create a better experience for you at the end of the road. So get involved.
I would say to use all of the resources on campus. Like, there's computer labs where you can literally print for free as many copies as you want for free. So when I came here, I didn't know that, so like I was awkwardly printing out like 75 pages at home. Little did I know that it was just straight up free here.
Or paying 10 cents a page at the library.
Yeah. So definitely use all the resources. The math center, I use that for Calculus 1. I'm not very good at math, and it like saved my life. There's the writing center, career services. There's just so many things on campus that you're already paying for, so you might as well use it while you're here.
My piece of advice is go to professors' office hours, because that's literally what they're getting paid for. Is they have to have mandatory time for them to have office hours so that they can help you with any questions you have. So if it's something as simple as like, hey, I don't understand this calculus question on the homework, or hey, what's going to be on the exam, or I need help with this paper, can you look over my paper? It's just simple things like that really go a long way here at UH, or as a student in general, because you're getting that feedback from the person who's going to be grading your assignments.
Nice. Now, another thing that we have here at UHCL, we have a bunch of events that are throughout the year, different things. So what is your, or has been your favorite UHCL event that we have?
So I'm really biased. I was involved with the Campus Activities Board, which is a student organization. It is completely student-led, and we plan events for the school. We are a fee-funded organization, which essentially means that the school gives us money to plan entirely free events for students. So I did serve as a committee chair in this past year on the entertainment committee, and Devian here was actually my vice chair.
Hey.
And the different event planning committees and CAB all have different focus areas. So I was entertainment, so I had a pretty broad scope of things that I could do. But we also had a recreation committee, and an education committee, and a marketing committee, and then a traditions committee, which did traditional UHCL events that I had pre-existing. So in my committee, we did 4 major events this year, and then a couple of small table events in the atriums. And I would absolutely have to say my favorite event that I did, and my favorite UHCL event, again, biased, was on Halloween we did an event called Hogwarts.
Yes.
And it was a Harry Potter themed Halloween party is what I call it. It was awesome. We had a great time. There was a bunch of free food, free things. Everyone left with wands and t-shirts and buttons, and they got sorted into houses, and there was a photo booth, and did I say food? But it was just a really great time, and it was a fun event, and it's important to remember that not all events are going to be educational, and there are really good educational ones, of course, but we are also planning these fun, free, and just totally extra events.
Yeah, I'm super biased as well. That was gonna be mine, but I'll go ahead and I'll switch it up a little bit. Personally, I have to say, I think chili cook-off. It's one of the longest standing traditions here at UHCL, and it's just really good to see everybody come out with their families and to see teams compete for different chilies. And some of those teams come out with really good chilies, and you're just super surprised because you never think there was a chef amongst you. And it's just really cool to see all the entire UHCL just community out there having a really good time, having a blast, and I guess I'm a little biased because the Student Life Office puts it on and I work there, but it really is one of those events that you get to see the UHCL community at work. But then I also do enjoy events put on by other offices like the Office of Student Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. They put on great cultural events. One of my favorite events that they did was the Black History Month trivia because they asked a question about Beyonce and she's my queen.
Your boy won the gift card.
That was a t-shirt. Oh, you get free t-shirts a lot here. It's great.
And food.
Yeah. Follow your nose. That's what we always tell people. Major tip. If you smell popcorn, go towards the popcorn. There's probably other free things there.
Very true. I would probably say that my favorite event, I'm also very biased. I'm the vice chair for Campus Activity Board, Recreation Committee, and Justin's the committee chair. So.
Hey.
But
did we do this on purpose?
We put on a volleyball event last year, and it was really successful. I was very surprised. Over 60 something people came out, and they were just playing volleyball as a UHCL community, and it was just really cool to see everybody just sit down for a moment and just play and have fun. So I really enjoyed it.
I'm also biased. But
We're all biased here.
We're all biased.
We're all involved in campus.
I would say that I don't think this counts as an event, but the Student Orgs Expo is pretty cool. But my favorite event that happened here on campus was the music club concert. We were, whenever everybody said here, we were the first organization to perform in the Bayou Theater. So that's pretty cool. And we had, I don't know how many people we had show up. We had around 200, I think, show up, which was pretty cool. And we worked all year on it, and it was really fun, and I got to MC for that with Andy, and it was just a lot of fun, and it was great to be able to have that next to our name, music club, first organization to perform in the Bayou Theater.
we did that.
We did.
And Divianne sang Selena, and it was great.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even just sing it, like you performed it. It was not a joke.
I tried. I wanted to live up to her.
There were tears. There were
Did
tears.
you cry?
A little bit.
Oh my god.
I love Selena. So, where is your favorite place to either study or hang out on campus?
Ooh, I got this. The study rooms that you can rent out in the libraries, like they have a table with 4 seats with charging ports built into the table. So it's just the perfect place for you to charge your phone / plug in your laptop and just like study as a group with all your friends. And like there's whiteboards so that you can write down everything, or chalkboards, yeah. So it's just, that's my favorite place because it's just the most convenient place for you to do everything that you usually need to do at one place.
So I'm going to piggyback off of you. I wouldn't say that this is my favorite place, but I would say it's definitely one of the best places. Study room in the library. Study room 1A and 1B. I'm telling you guys, these study rooms, you have to enter like a vortex to get there, because the first time I ever went there, someone had to take me there because I did not know how to get there. You like go to the second floor of the library, go all the way back, take a left, go all the way back, take a right, go back, and I mean,
curriculum.
and then you have to find your way there, and it's just so far in the back of the library. It's absolutely private. It's a great place to study, great place to meet with your group. They are enclosed rooms, so you can talk and kind of be a little bit loud. But this is, I mean, you could be shouting back there, no one could hear you.
They're really nice.
They're so great, and I mean, good luck finding it. You might need someone to walk you there, but I always recommend it if people want to meet with their group in a more private area.
Those are really nice. So I normally study in the SGA office because I'm part of SGA, so I really can't comment on that because it's like our own office and you have your own privacy. But in terms of like places to hang out, the student lounge in the SSCB, I guess in the SSCB, I was like, there's a word there, but that's the acronym for it. That has become like one of the liveliest places on campus, in my opinion.
Those ping pong players go hard.
Yeah, there's always someone there. It's a good place to hang out. There's couches, ping pong, foosball, and I think it's just like a really lively place. That's like a good hangout spot where you can talk with your friends. You can just chill. I would also like to say that orientation leaders of last summer, I feel like we should take credit for all those ping pong players, because that's all I did in my groups. I was like, come play ping pong, it's awesome. And then I look out and there they are. And
So it's your fault.
yeah, I have a little bit of regret because I'll be trying to study and all I hear is. But that is one of the best places, I think, for students to be able to hang out, and like you're fine to make as much noise as you want because like there are study rooms in there, but it's more of a like hangout space. Either that or I think Patio Cafe is pretty good too.
So I'm a percher, is what I like to call it. Throughout the Bayou building, which is pretty much the main classroom building here on campus, there's a lot of chairs and tables, and that's generally where I study. I just kind of go somewhere and I sit wherever I can, because I like to people watch. And you can pretty much people watch anywhere in the Bayou building because all of the chairs, they are right beside our big atrium areas, which are big open spaces, and there's typically something going on there. So I usually study there just because, I don't know, when I'm I only study in complete silence if I really need to focus, maybe for an exam or something. Otherwise, I feel just so closed in, and then I get sad and I don't study.
My favorite place to study is in the library. In between the bookshelves, they have tables that are like literally in between the bookshelves of the library, so it's like you're like enclosed in the bookshelves, and I really like to study there because it's just like a very like homey environment, and you just feel like, oh, I need to be studying right now, I'm in the library. Also, I want to give a big shout out to the study pause that the library does, because oh my goodness, those dogs are so good. Like last Monday, I got to the library at 2:00, and I was like, if I can study for 3 hours, I can get to the study pause. And that gave me something to look forward to, and I got to go pet the dogs and everything, and it was great.
They had one time around Halloween, and one of the dogs was dressed as a chef, and the other one was dressed as a plate of spaghetti, and I lost it. I have a picture of him with the chef. He's a corgi, and I was just like, this is why I chose this school. I'm in the nature. It's always pretty outside.
Oh yeah, it is always
You
really
see
pretty.
deer.
Yeah, but this is Texas. It's too
Yeah.
hot to study outside.
No, don't study outside.
I'd be running from my car into the AC.
Like my book will be like soaking wet. I'll just be sweating on the textbook. These are just tears.
So the Patio Cafe, have you guys eaten there, all of you? At some
Yes.
point? What would you recommend to
eat from there?
To eat there?
Okay.
Or be honest,
Okay.
What are your opinions on the Patio Cafe?
Well, let's calm down.
So Andy, I'm gonna credit Andy Robb for saying this because he said this one time, and I think he very accurately describes the Patio Cafe. But he said that it was strictly okay.
No shade.
And
No
well,
shade.
and
Okay,
okay, props to the Patio Cafe. They've made a
really-
lot of changes since he said that, which was a year ago.
Yeah,
They've
they've really
added,
stepped it up.
yeah, they've added a lot of new menu items. They do like,
Sushi.
they have sushi now. They do what is it like?
They do like a
Like it's around the
Destination-
world somewhere.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
they do
Culture,
like
food,
yeah.
week.
They're actually pretty good.
Yeah, destination of the week. So they do like an Asian one, and they do a like a Middle Eastern one, and they do
that Indian food.
and there's an Indian
Yeah.
one. It's so they've stepped up their game for
We
sure.
have a Starbucks. We serve Starbucks.
We
Yeah,
we
yeah,
proudly
Starbucks.
we
You
proudly
cannot
serve
use your
Starbucks.
Starbucks cards,
No,
Yeah.
accessories.
Don't get
Let me
pumped
make
about
that
that.
disclaimer right now. Because it's
I
not
would
gonna
be a
happen.
gold member for 6 years if I could use my star or my points here or whatever. Get stars here.
My biggest thing with Patio Cafe is we had it for orientation over the summer, like every session. So after a while, I was like, I can't eat another chicken sandwich from there ever again. But in terms of what I would recommend their chicken sandwich, the crispy one though,
Yeah, the
not the
crispy.
grilled.
Not the grilled one. Don't
No,
go grilled.
Because one time they brought us grilled and I was like, Angie, why are these not crispy? And she was like, I thought I'd change it up. And I was like, but why? But we're moving on. And then if you do it with like buffalo sauce, you get a buffalo chicken sandwich and it's just, it's choice.
It's pretty
good.
Yeah, Angie's our boss in the orientation office. She learned her mistake that day. We only eat crispy chicken sandwiches in the orientation office.
Their fries are pretty good though.
But don't.
They give you a lot of fries too.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get it wrong. She'll beat you up though. No, I'm just
Okay.
kidding. I never said that. That's off the record. Okay, we gotta strike that.
OTR.
We love her.
What else
She's
is
great.
good? Their sandwiches aren't bad because they're
Yeah.
cheaper than Subway and
Mhm.
it's basically the same thing. And then the ladies are really nice there.
Them curly fries go hard.
The curly
Those
fries.
curly fries are so good.
So they added the pizza thing, like the little make your
Oh,
own pizza.
okay.
I thought it was pretty decent. It's like a
Right.
flatbread, and then you put they put
Isn't it
sauce
cheap,
on it.
too?
It's
It's
like
like-
$3.50. Yeah,
it's-
it's a good cheap option. I think
Yeah.
it's not bad. They
Yeah.
they put all the toppings on there and they toast it for you or whatever.
Pretty
It's
good. I had
decent.
a pepperoni one. It's really
The
fun.
cheese stick there is actually pretty good too.
Their chicken tortilla soup.
Oh.
that is where it's at. Oh.
We're getting really passionate here. We're moving the mic.
So they only
Yo, you mentioned
serve.
food and everybody.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
only serve the chicken tortilla soup, I think, once a week,
Yeah.
but sometimes they don't even serve it. So you just gotta, like, it used to be every
Same with the
Thursday,
baked
I
potatoes.
think. Oh,
the
baked
baked
potato!
Yo, people will start like
No.
fighting for the last
No.
baked
Y'all started off saying, well, they're fine. They're not that good, but now look at
They
you.
used to have
There are
baked
some things
potatoes
that are good.
every Wednesday, and it was the special, and it was a good special because for like $6 you can get a whole baked potato with like
Whatever
the
you want.
fixings.
Yeah, it's like
and
chicken
a drink
and
for like
cheese and
$6.
sour cream.
And then they took it away, and I was like, "But why?"
Oh,
And
it's
then
so
they-
good.
I think
They brought it back now. I
It's
think
not
it's every
the
Wednesday
same.
again. Is it different? I haven't had it since they brought it back.
I'm heartbroken.
I feel like we should also mention that they bring food trucks on campus every
Yeah.
week from Tuesday,
Yeah.
Wednesday,
Ooh,
Thursday
waffle bus.
usually.
I don't like that.
The waffle, girl,
I
the
don't.
waffle bus is
Wrong.
great.
The waffle bus is the best one. Just
Yeah.
One time
for the
I had
record.
chicken from there and the thing peeled off, like the skin. I was like, no, I can't. Delish. Delish
Delish
is
is pretty
good.
good.
Their fries
Uh-uh.
Oh,
are
yeah, yeah.
choice.
No,
They're
they're all
Cajun
right. Their fries are all right, but you don't pay $15 for a thing of French
Oh,
fries
yeah,
with some
that's
bacon on it.
expensive. They do. But they have like fancy things, like they're like with a garlic aioli sauce, and you're just like, aioli. Like,
Look, we're,
who's gonna say
we're
mayonnaise?
college students. We don't have money for aioli.
I like though now the Patio Cafe has definitely stepped up their game because now they have like a little candy thing like that you see like at HEB where you can get like chocolate covered almonds and like peanuts and I don't know, but I walked in there one day and that was there and I was like, what?
Yeah, they didn't tell nobody, they just put it
They
there.
didn't, and then I'm just like, and now they have more chip options and life is
So
good now.
apparently there's supposed to be a new like grab and go food station in one of the new buildings. Like it's not going to be. This is what I've heard. I don't know if this could be wrong, so don't bet on this. But I heard that it's going to be like the fridge at Patio Cafe where it's just like you can grab sandwiches or salads or fruits. I think that someone told me it was going to be like that.
Interesting.
I also just found out that there used to be a little coffee station where transfer advising is in the SSCB building. I was shook. I was shook.
There's also coffee in the library.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had to
and
pay
SDEI.
Did you just say
SDEI?
I know. You have to
The
pay for
diversity
it before you
office.
like get the coffee.
So I loved how we started out with Patio Cafe is strictly okay, but then there's all these different.
If you don't want to, drive.
Well,
Yeah.
some
But-
of those are like only options you can get on certain days. Like you only
Yeah.
get the baked potato on Wednesdays. The
Yeah.
soup's only there sometimes. The food trucks are only there sometimes, but you can make it work.
There's also like a lot of like good food options relatively close to campus.
That's
Like,
Yeah.
Genghis Grill.
Oh, I love Genghis Grill.
and you can use your UHCL
ID.
Discount.
to get a discount.
Courtesy of
for a
SGA.
lot. Yeah.
Also, you can. There's a lot of. It's not necessarily food, but there's a lot of snack type things in the bookstore. And there's like canned soups and raviolis and like little
Yeah.
They
like
have microwaves in the cafe.
not Lunchables, but like they have things that are like little hummus packets with crackers and things
if
like
you're
that.
hungry, you
That's
can
cute.
make do.
Yeah, you make it work.
And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things I also like about the campus is where it's located because I mean you can't leave Maine and go get food and come back and expect to have like a good parking spot. Like you'll be looking for hours. But like here, you have a good chance of finding like something. And it's like
get lucky.
you're right on Bay Area, so like even if you have like 3 hours between your class, like one time I had like a 3.5 hour break. I went to the mall and I did my shopping and I came back and I still had time to spare.
My one regret is that there's no Chick-fil-A really close to us.
That's
The
true.
closest, if there's
Yeah,
not,
it's like
there's
in
not
Spencer.
one far away.
That's
The
on
closest one's
Chick-fil-A.
like maybe 15-20 minutes away, but
Eldorado.
that means that I can't
That's
make
the
it there and back super quick.
We have an Arby's though, but no Chick-fil-A.
Oh, don't
No
hate on
shade to
Arby's.
I'm sorry.
Don't hate on
I'm throwing
Arby's.
shade at Arby's.
All right, okay.
All right, so we're clearly getting hungry here. So last question: what is your last piece of advice for UHCL students, incoming UHCL students? What is your last big piece of advice you want them to take away with?
I'm gonna say, don't come here with any specific ideas of how it's gonna be. Keep an open mind. Come to campus. Get involved, meet new people, and then pass your judgment. Because I think it's pretty true for all of us sitting around this table right now that we came here kind of judging the campus and being like, oh, we wanted to go to a bigger school, or oh, we're going to transfer out, or things like that. And I think that all four of us kind of found our home here. And I think it's important to just kind of come in and have a good time and be open-minded and make friends and find your home. Because I know certainly for myself, like, I can't imagine going to school anywhere else now.
Yeah,
Like all four people who are sitting, or the three other people sitting around the table right now, like these are all really good friends of mine, and like we hang out, and we have a good time, and I think you just got to find your connection to campus and just hang on to it, and you'll love your 4 years here.
Yeah, definitely to piggyback off of that, I would say what I started saying. I would say get involved. You know, it's really important, like Jessica said, to find those people that you connect with because they will make your 4 years here like the greatest you've ever had. I recently got more involved on campus because I wasn't as involved when I started here, and I don't regret it at all. Like I've said this at orientation sessions when I do the welcome, like becoming an orientation leader is what kind of set everything off, and like getting involved and taking that step was one of the greatest decisions I've made in my life, probably.
And that's why you won Orientation Leader of the Year.
And all the other awards.
Don't come for me.
I would say that the best piece of advice is to just ask. Don't be afraid to ask questions in any situation that you're in. Like in class, just like ask that question because there's probably 25 other people sitting there like, I don't know, but I'll figure it out later. You won't figure it out later. Just ask right now. And like, if you're like lost on campus, just don't be afraid to ask. If you have any questions, just like ask random people. There's no shame. There's no shame at all. Like, I still walk around campus and like realize that I'm walking the wrong way and like awkwardly try to play it off and turn around. So, I mean, just ask any question that you have and don't be afraid to let your voice be heard.
With your pigment language there.
Just some light.
Since they already really touched on student involvement, I would say go to Student Orgs Expo for sure, because it's really fun to see all the organizations here. But also use all the resources that UHCL has to offer. If you need help with a math class, go to the go to the math center. If you need help with your comp papers, go to the writing center. Even if you don't need help with your comp papers, go to the writing center, because I guarantee you they'll find something that you're like, oh, I didn't think about that. Go to Student Success Center if you need to. Go to Student Life office and just ask them what they have. Go to SGA meetings, get involved, and use all the resources that are available here so that, because I've never, like, UHCL is definitely striving to be motivated to be the, what is the slogan that they use? Student success, like,
The choice is clear.
The choice is clear, obviously, but like professors really do care about student success. Stop laughing at me. Professors really do care about student success, and all of the people that work here are really motivated for the students to succeed, and that's the reason that they're here. Because without the students, there is no university.
To add one last thing, I've seen students come in for their first semester and give up and leave. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. Exhaust all of your resources. Mm-hmm. You're paying to come here. All of those resources we've talked about, the math center, the writing center, even counseling services, career services, everything. You're paying for that in your tuition. Those people are there to be a resource for you. Mm-hmm. So before, you get here, or when you get here, if you get hung up on something, you feel like maybe you don't belong, or you feel like you just can't do this, don't give up. Go seek out those resources. Exhaust all of your options, because there are definitely people here who want to be a resource to you and who want to help you finish and get through it all.
Very nice, guys. So thank you all for joining me and helping these incoming UHCL students.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for listening, guys. You can catch more episodes of Signal Soundbytes on our website, UHCLsignal.com, or on YouTube at UHCLsignal, or on iTunes and SoundCloud by just searching Signal Soundbytes. And with that, this has been Signal Soundbytes. Adios.
See you again.